on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Blue 58.
Mike 45. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10.
Check. 20. Hey, Sal.
Now Ryan on first down. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
59, got him. 280.
Watch the slant.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Hold.
Switch up. Check the backer.
Jan 300.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Here's Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's Jones. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Rodgers now to throw. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
Blue 58.
Check 53. I got you.
399.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
399.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that's complete to Adams. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Recon, 132 fighter.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Mike, Blue 58.
I got trip this side. We got 3. Watch it.
399. Blue 58.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Get down.
Watch that. Check right 54.
Now Rodgers. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Tack McKinley in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Ricky. Mike spot 4.
Yeah, live.
Watch the slap.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Ryan on the crossing route, complete. That's Hodges. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 1st down, Ryan. Eluded, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dean Lowry. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it'll be second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage, there to knock that one away. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Ryan will throw again. The open man is Smith. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Falcons first down.
Ready, blue 80. 25.
Yeah, let's get set.
Hey, check.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
25, 51.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. He was covered by Jair Alexander.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Marr now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Ready?
Bravo.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. His throw incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You.
Live.
Kill. Turn.
Inside.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. To throw on 2nd and 6. Ryan over the middle to Smith. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. On first down, Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Hey, Orbit.
To throw again. Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
We are going.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that will be incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Third and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Here's Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Rodgers now on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Rodgers looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
319.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
399.
55.
Now Rodgers from the gun. He'll throw. And that is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
50. Hey, you block over here. 50.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So you got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Ryan. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. So sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Throwing is Rodgers. Going for the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, 88.
The Packers go for it. Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep down, and that's caught inside the 35. And he he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and react to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember the
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. To throw is Ryan. On the crossing route, complete. That's Gray. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Smith catches left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 9, Ryan over the middle, complete. That's Gray. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hatchet.
Hey, check. 39.
Check.
11.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Airing it out, looking for... And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that.
Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel got a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown. 8th floor, come down. Hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates seen a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a matching. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They can't take it to 10. Hey.
Fools my sons. Bag a ball for me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. I get it. Come on. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy. Tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy. Tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag a ball for me and